came for a VIP night. Fishing with the little bitty strip lips.
You baby. Yeah. That we do, baby. The freaky things that we do. Whoa. Let me talk to him. Talk to him. We sure know the order. Total 10 rosés and a few cold water.
Welcome to the overview for InvestFest 2023, hosted by Earn Your Leisure, aka EYL. The InvestFest is the ultimate celebration of all things investment. Get ready to embark on a journey filled with valuable knowledge, exciting opportunity, and endless possibilities. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting to dip your toes into the world of finance, InvestFest is here for us. And make sure to stick around to the end of the video where I give my top tips on things you'll need to do in order to prepare for InvestFest. What I loved about InvestFest versus what other financial literacy conferences brought is that InvestFest had a great balance of education, entertainment, and empowerment for our community and our culture. And it isn't just about learning, it's about connecting and building with a community of like-minded individuals, engaging in meaningful conversations, networking with fellow enthusiasts, and discovering potential collaborations that can further enhance your professional and personal investment journey. For this video, I'm going to be covering all of the day one, and then in the next videos I'll have for day 2 and day 3. So day 1 of InvestFest started on Friday, and Friday was at the convention center, and again it was open to the public. So it started at the daytime, and the registration started for all participants, and then which included the normal registration for the general admission, and then also you had your registration for the VIP and platinum holders. Now when you register for the general admission, you can see their line was a little bit longer. So if you're a person who doesn't like lines, you may want to rethink about your general admission tickets. Now they did move around pretty quickly, but again there was a longer wait compared to, you see here, the VIP platinum line was little to none for most parts. So you know, your bigger investment, but it's also a better time. Also, when you're part of the platinum, you would give them some items as you see here, which was super dope. You know, a towel, a couple journals, of course pens to take notes throughout the event, and then you had this book that was great. I wasn't expecting this. That was given to you from Jeezy, and you were able to actually get it signed if you waited in line. They gave you a portable fan, of course a commemorative t-shirt, and more. So again, if you're a part of the VIP package or above, you were able to get those items. And then also they had an app that you can download for the InvestFest. Another thing that I like that they improved on from last year, which is actually the places, you know, you could take pictures at, and you can tell they actually put a lot of effort into this. They had the different backdrops and step and repeats. You know, even the stairs had different things. They had the speaker wall, which was different, and I like that was improved from last year compared to the boxes. Again, I love to see that they increased the speakers this year. I came last year, and make sure to check that video out if you want to see the review from last year. Also, it's on the channel. But the just amount of speakers they had for every topic you could think of in regards to personal and professional development was amazing. It actually looks like they doubled, if not tripled, you know, the amount of speakers that were invested in this festival or conference this year. And man, it was just, it couldn't have been one person you weren't looking forward to seeing coming to this InvestFest. So much knowledge, so much expertise from all different fields. I feel like no field actually went untouched this year. And then even from the entertainment perspective, you know, you had that to balance it out. And again, that was Friday throughout the day. So that night, that VIP night, they had the event, and it was at one of the local clubs in Atlanta, and the host for the night was Terrence J.
I'm the CEO of Pronghorn, the official sponsor of today's event. If you guys are having a beverage that you're enjoying, say what up. So Pronghorn, the bar back there, is all black-owned alcohol spirit brands. Shout out to Pronghorn. In less than 1 year, we've invested in 20 different black black-owned spirit brands. Pronghorn is one of the only ventures investing in black talent and black spirit-owned brands.
And make sure to check out Pronghorn because, again, they are investing in black-owned spirit companies, which are not promoted as much, and I think that is a big initiative. Again, the VIP night was strictly for those who purchased the VIP tickets. So, if you didn't have the VIP tickets, you couldn't come to this specific private event. So, was it worth it? Definitely. The year before, I purchased the general admission, so I couldn't attend the VIP night last year for Friday, so that's why I specifically again purchased the tickets for VIP so I could see what the difference was. And man, let me tell you, it was a great way to set off the weekend. You know, had so many different things you could do. Not just that, you know, Jermaine Dupri was speaking.
From Atlanta, it's like, you know what I mean? You know how hard it was to do any of that being from this city in '92. Like, we had something like this with Jack the Rapper, and that was about it, right? But it wasn't really pushing Atlanta. It was pushing every other city and every other state.
Also, they brought Lala Anthony to the stage, who was interviewed by Terrence Jackson.
Where my money makers? If you got a job, hands up. My entrepreneurs, hands up. You make more than $100,000 a year, hands up.
Tell my niggas murder team out.
About a week ago.
Entrepreneur and having a brand means you can do multiple things. You can do a lot of things. So it's been great for me.
They also had a couple other panels with other successful entrepreneurs to initiate the weekend. And if you were a hip hop fan, especially from the East Coast of New York, you weren't sell short.
All my ladies that be giving it up, come on. To everybody that be living it up, we say what? And all my ladies that be giving it up. Come on, we get right.
Come on.
Come on, we get high.
Come on.
Come on, we get high.
Come on.
Live your life.
What you tell them?
Love is so sexy. I just want you next to me, your whole vibe.
And EYL also brought on some surprise special guests from Jim Jones to end the night in an amazing fireworks show.
Club, trying to tell me no, cause I'm rolling with the thugs. So I flash a couple of diamond total. We only want tables and we buying out the bottle. But y'all know the order, total 10 rosés and a few cold waters. Tony Tone with a couple of legends. $10,000 stepped up in my denim.
Again, and this was all just the first evening leading into the weekend. So you know it's going to be a spectacular event. So here again are the top tips for what I think you would need preparing if you're going to make your way to InvestFest. All right, these are just a couple of tips I thought would have been helpful if I had known my first year or even coming into the second year, things I recognize. So what I did do this year is I rented a car months or weeks beforehand, but what I did not know is I just went for the best price and I rented from Thrifty. And that was actually not a good choice because out of all the rental car companies, when you got to Thrifty, the line was almost an hour long, and then after that you had to wait for almost 3 hours to get a car after waiting in line for an hour. So I'd highly recommend, you know, not going with Thrifty or Dollar because they're both actually housed within the same company. So I went with Alamo after, which luckily had cars, but yes, no lie, like an hour waiting in line. If any of y'all were there, you can comment you saw that, and then 3 hours waiting to get the car at the airport. And I actually recommend not even renting a car. I think if you can budget just to Uber or Lyft for the whole weekend, usually, you know, between $100 and $200. I will say that leaving all of the events, depending on where you were staying, the Ubers were definitely higher. And I don't know if it was due to the traffic or what. But again, budget for, you know, Uber or Lyft. You know, a rental car is not needed, especially if you're going out on the weekends. You know, you're going to be drinking and celebrating. You know, use best to Uber anyway. Hotel bookings. So again, don't wait to the last minute to book hotels, especially the ones close to the convention center, because they're going to all be booked up. But try, if you can, if you're booking like, you know, a couple weeks or months out, try to get a hotel, of course, closer to the convention center because it's going to save you money on your Uber. Because I actually booked a hotel closer to the airport, and the Ubers were definitely higher for that travel from the convention center and to the other events from the hotel I was staying at. I know a lot of us, you know, for attire base, we want to look cute, we want to be professional, but honestly, I suggest coming comfortable. Come comfortable, especially with comfortable shoes. Some of you may be, standing a little bit longer. You have to walk a little bit farther to walk this time. The first day or two was actually a little bit further because due to where it was last year, it was in a different part of the convention center. So we did, a couple of people who were probably familiar were where the Invest Fest was last year. In that hall, it was a different hall. So if you came from that area, you had to walk a little bit further. Also bring a jacket or a sweater because it can tend to get cold, and it can be used if you want to use it for a pillow to fall in, to go to sleep in between the breaks. Other important items or accessories you should definitely bring is a fan. You will be outside, especially if you're waiting at the food trucks. Those lines are a little bit long. So if you're outside, especially ladies, bring one of those little portable fans so you won't get too hot. A battery pack is super important. I saw a lot of people, luckily they had charging stations, but they were limited. So bringing a battery pack so you can have, for your phones in order to charge them is definitely needed, especially because you're there several hours. Again, like I said, a comfortable pair of shoes. Bringing a towel also, for the ladies, fellas, where you're standing outside or you're making your way from, your Uber to the event. And other than that, also maybe some snacks. Definitely some water if the convention center will let you through with security, because, sometimes you'll have to leave, and if you want to hear somebody and you're thirsty, water is important, some snacks. If y'all can think about anything else, make sure to let me know and put it in the comments. Tell also how your experience was. Tell, how you felt day 1 was. And then, like I said, day 2 and 3 for the event will be coming soon. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Like it if y'all did. Feel free to share it. Follow me on Instagram at His Healthy Habits and on Facebook.